Blog Talk Radio.
A verbal letter to the president. Listen to the relevance in ordinary words I say. A verbal letter to the president. It should be more than evident. Some shit just don't change. A verbal letter to the president. Listen to the relevance in ordinary words I say. A verbal letter to the president. It should be more than evident. Same shit, different days. Roll up, smoke out, you know what I'm talking about. Every day the same shit, living by the dope house. Tags got the folks out, how will it get better when you gotta sell that butter? Cause you really need that chance. Till they fight the war on drugs, like they fight the war on terror. Pledge allegiance to the flag, when my future was so clear. Politics is shoot you out, but no one looks into the mirror. So if we're gonna make a change, then our time is growing near. Verbal letters to the president, listen to the relevance in ordinary words I say. A verbal letters to the president, it should be more than evident. Some shit just don't change. A verbal letters to the president, listen to the relevance in ordinary words I say. A verbal letters to the president, it should be more than evident. Same shit, different days. What up, Obama? Congrats on Osama. But my niggas in the hood got the same problem. Baby holding no job and they can't find one. So we posted on the corner getting handcuffed. High label that's a third making ends meet. I'm promoting non-violence, staying with my peace. The war started on drugs, now it's in the streets. Fuck a kind of still killing niggas like me. Verbal letter to the president, listen to the relevance in ordinary words I say. A verbal letter to the president, it should be more than evident. Some shit just don't change. A verbal letter to the president, listen to the relevance in ordinary words I say. A verbal letters to the president, it should be more than evident. Same shit, different days.
What's going on out here, family? Welcome back to the Determining Our Destiny show. This is your host, yeroc. You know what I'm saying? And today, we're going to be going in on can we be religious and unified at the same time? You know, me, myself, personally, I believe that we have a virus called religion in our community, and it separates us more than it unifies us. It's doing us more harm than good. Those are my beliefs. So before we get too far into it, let me bring my co-host in. Brother Flat, you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm ready for this topic. Even though this topic is sensitive, at the same time, it's very important.
Right. So, how you feel about that? Do you feel we can be unified and religious at the same time?
Yes, I do feel that we can be unified with religion at the same time. Even though I know these multiple religions does separate us as a group because of our belief, I believe that we can put our race first before religion, and that should be the first battle.
I believe that there's no way it can happen. There's too many divisions in the religions. You know what I'm saying? If it could happen, it would have happened. You know, like I go to Africa now, and the Christians and the Muslims fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? They can't find common ground to understand that they're both African. You know what I'm saying? They can't understand to unite that because the religion drives that wedge in between. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why I feel that we should have to attack it in a different way. Because if we let them understand to put your religion aside and put your race first, a la Khalil Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, these particular people was very strong in their faith and their religion, but at the same time they put their race and put their people first and made it clear that before there was a Muslim or before there was a Christian, there was a black man. And so I feel like it's very possible.
Right. But even those people, they had unification within their organizations, but there wasn't unification throughout. Because, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X didn't agree with Martin Luther King, not to say that they had beef or they was against each other, but, you know, they didn't agree. And it took them a while to even come together to work together. You know what I'm saying? If I'm right, I believe Malcolm was already kicked out of the Nation of Islam by that point.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Which you are right. Which you are correct about that. But at the same time, when he was a Muslim, he was Islamic. He was still putting the black man first. But with your point with the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, which they had different faiths, and at the same time they had the same goals, just a different way on approaching that goal. Even though, like I said, Martin Luther King was a minister, a pastor, and he believes in Christianity. What is he known for? He's not known for Christianity. You know, he's known for being a leader and spokesperson of us black people. And this is why I feel that we can unite as a people if we unite as a people with religion, and then we can iron that wrinkle out later after we have reached our goals.
But I just go back to history, man. Like, how many wars have been fought over religion? Like, religion is not here to unify you. Religion tells you that you're God's chosen person, and everybody else is a Gentile. Everybody else is bound for hell. That's what religion teaches. It doesn't teach you to unify. You know what I'm saying? So it's underlying messages in there. Like, it hits your subconscious. And, you know what I'm saying?
And which I understand exactly what you're saying, but we have to understand that, which I do agree on, most of these religions has been altered, changed, and revised by the oppressor, but it is still based off the original text from Africa. But the main thing is, what my point is, that we can put our people together and unite together. If we try to focus on religion right now, I feel like it would cause battles, it would cause war, and further separation and further division when we can pick another battle. Because if we pick the religion battle to fight right now, then we'll be busy fighting that battle and not getting on to other significant things that matter at the moment.
Right, but I feel it does matter at the moment, because no matter when you choose to fight it, you're going to have to fight it. And I'd rather face it in the beginning than in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no telling when it's going to come up. Like, we can hope and pray that it'll be at the end, but that don't mean it's going to happen. Because really, at the end of the day, your religion is going to control your actions in the movement. Because Christian, you're going to wait on your Jesus. You know what I'm saying? If you a Nation of Islam or whatnot, you waiting on the so-called rocket ship to come back, the mothership. You know what I'm saying? Funny shit. Funny shit. But it's just a whole lot of different things that's going to cause separation amongst the people. So unless we go back and restudy the history of religion, then we're not going to do anything. And that's the other point of the whole conversation. Like, I can't even give your religion any respect if you don't know it.
Right.
Like, you feel me? Like, people don't even read the Bible, but they Christian. Get out of here. I don't rock with that. Like, you don't know nothing about Jesus, but you're going to argue with me about it.
Right. I do agree. If you're going to have faith or belief in a particular religion, one, I feel like you should study all religions and know all religions and see how, and know the history of that religion. Because if you do not know the history of your religion, you can be misguided. And which that will be taught in schools and knowledge that for us to get to that goal, to teach that knowledge, us as a people have to gather together. Like one thing I was seeing that you was posting earlier about the bookstore that was taken, that they taken from Central that had been there for 8 years. And that's one reliable source for us brothers and sisters, old and young, who could get some some good knowledge from there, it's a good established knowledge. So losing that source is a haymaker to us.
It is, man. It is. It's an outright attack, man. And they really taking over Central, man. And they redoing a whole lot of shit through there. They definitely trying to goddamn clear out the mat. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? They do a lot of stuff under our nose while we going to church, while we going to the mosque. You know what I'm saying? Because we not focused on real life. We think, goddamn, somebody in the sky taking care of real life, and all we got to do is go to work, pay our bills, and we successful. No, we not successful. We failing. We failing. We failing the future right now.
Right, and I also want to add this to it, which I do believe in the principles of that. I really believe that the religion is holding us back to a certain point, as in it's not doing so good for people, but as in, for example, say like a person like me who was real caught in the streets, how I used to be robbing, how I used to sell drugs, how I used to have these couldn't go nowhere without a pistol, or I was shooting at my own brothers and sisters. Now I look at myself as I'm disgusted at that, at my past self for being like that. And what did, before I came into knowledge and understanding, what did help me change was religion. So this is why I could see that religion could be good, but at the same time, I could see how it can be bad, because any false knowledge, it could be devastating to our mind state. You see what I'm saying? So when I come up to awareness of knowledge, then I could see that religion wasn't meant for me, but at the same time, it got me too good. So this is why it could be. This is why it was such a destructive tool to our people as well.
Right. See, now, in my opinion, it wasn't the religion that got you through that. It was you changing your mind. Now, you might have used that religion to change your mind, but the religion didn't change you. You changed you. You know what I'm saying? People take the power away from themselves. Like, people always tell me that I give the white man power because I tell them what the white man's doing to them. I don't know how that's giving them power, but that's what they say. But to me, you take your power away from you when you say God did this. You know what I'm saying? God saved me from this car accident, but he killed the 3 little kids. You feel me?
I can't debate that. That's a great point. I do feel in certain situations we do give too much power to a source. I mean, I guess the main thing I disagree with particular religions or churches, that I should be able to connect to God or the Creator without a middleman or prophet or pastor to connect me to that source. That is like saying I cannot talk to my own father without going through my brother or my sister or somebody else. But with that in mind, I still believe that we cannot approach the battle of us uniting by attacking religion, because that's what when we trying to gather up a following, that will stop the following, because people already reject what we're saying because their mind is so wrapped around that religion. Like I said, religion is very sensitive, and people is very secure and get protective over it. So they put a wall over it as soon as you say anything bad about it, or they look down upon you. So we start speaking about Islam or Christianity or Judaism or any particular religion that this person grew up in, believing their whole life, and they believe in, and they learn about Jesus just as much as Santa Claus when they growing up, that their mind is wrapped around that. It's a psyche thing. And like I was telling you before, religion is like a knife. So when you get stabbed by a knife and that knife is in your body, you can't just yank out that knife. So we can't just break down and tear down the religion, yank it out. That person will bleed to death. You see what I'm saying? So you have to surgically remove the knife, so then we can ease the knife out and ease the pain. We can't come out and just destroy and wipe it out. And this is why I say we have to choose our battles.
Right. See, I feel you, man, but at the end of the day, I feel like it separates the house cat from the jungle cat. You know what I'm saying? It separates who's going to be into the movement and who's going to pray about the movement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like I always say, that religion is going to justify or determine your actions. You feel me? Because even though you don't live by it, they pick and choose when they live by, I should say, the Bible. They gonna pick and choose to turn the other cheek because they don't want to go through this struggle. They want to live comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't understand the bigger picture. Like, because I agree, some things are better now than it was back then. But at the end of the day, Africa's not better. You know what I'm saying? And third world African countries all over this world aren't better. They're getting worse. They're getting exploited worse. You know what I'm saying? They're getting recolonized by the Europeans right now. So for us to just continue to go to church and pray like we're changing the world, it's not cool with me. And I got to speak up on it. I feel like that's one of the things that's holding us back.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right about when we're looking at it from that perspective. Because I do feel like we have tried church for a long time now. You have prayed to your God, and we're still in the same situation that we're in, and we cannot wait upon a Messiah that these religions believe that should be coming back. We cannot wait for that. We have to step up and do it on our own. And I feel like that can be. I feel like that can.
I feel like that's the part that separates the Marcus Garvey and the Nat Turners and the Malcolm X's that use their religion. Because at the same time, while they talked about their religion, they didn't tell nobody to wait for somebody out the sky to come do their work. They organized their people, and they did that work. You know what I'm saying? And they did it for the betterment of the people, not the government. Like I believe a lot of these churches are doing today, which is why they get government funded. Because they're enslaving the mind of the people. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the main thing that I'm worried about is with the church is I don't want the church to make us lazy and humble, because as much time as you see like the typical Christian or Muslim, that the time they put into their church and the investment they put into their church, I feel like that can be the same time and investment we can put in our communities, which actually some churches are, just not all of them. You know, it's a smaller percent of churches that's actually doing something for the communities than because you know nowadays you can go through the city right now, you're going to see a church on every corner. You see what I'm saying? Right. So now I look at a church as a business. You know, it's already tax-free.
And it is a business.
Right, it is a business. And, you know, the same way it goes with schools, prisons, all of this stuff, hospitals, all this stuff is a business now. And see,
right.
And so this is why I feel like that's I'm not saying that's a losing battle. It is a battle within the war we're going to have to fight. You are right. We're going to have to fight that battle. But that cannot be the first battle we pick, or we're not going to make it to the next battle. You see what I'm saying?
But that's my thing. I don't believe it's the first battle. I don't believe I'm separating this from the overall goal. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not once you do this, you can't do it. It's a whole system against us. So you can't just pick one part of the system and fight it. You'll be fighting your whole life. You got to show people the whole system, and hopefully the ones really, I can't even really work with you if you can't look at the daggone truth and determine it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you could see the truth and then still say, no, I choose this hole in the sky. Go ahead. Go by all means. Be you.
And see what the difference is, what these people feeling, though, is not just the words. It's not the words in the Bible that they feeling. They feeling something in their spirit. They feel like when they had a change in their life, and they feeling and they feel that spiritual connection to, if you want to put God on it, if you want to put the creator, if you want to use Jesus, Muhammad, whatever word play you want to put on that spiritual connection that they feeling, because there's many names behind the spiritual connection. It could be your consciousness, whatever you want to label it. It's just that that's what they feel. We know that spirit is real. So they just have to, they put it a religion around that spirit. You see what I'm saying? That they feeling and that spiritual connection that they feeling. And so
now, I don't have no problem with that though. Like I don't have a problem with.
But I don't want to feel that.
The problem I have is just hearing somebody say, "Well, this is what it is," and then that's just what you go with. You can't do that. You got to put your own study and your own time into it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just blind
and that's
faith.
That's what people have to do. I can't agree more. You have to put your own time in. You can't take a word from a pastor. Sure, you can't take the word from your own parents. You have to do the own, because they have been traumatized or tricked or psychologically damaged just as the rest of us. But you have to put in your own research, your own study, and then come up with your own opinion after your research and going to multiple sources.
Right. I agree with that. See, and that's my thing. The church doesn't tell you to do that. The church tells you to study this Bible. The mosque tells you to study that Quran. You know what I'm saying? And you're not supposed to go outside of that. So that traps your mind into just those areas, and just those areas doesn't cover your history. Like, our history goes way beyond the Bible, way beyond the Quran. Mm-hmm. So why limit ourselves to that shit?
And we also have to be careful of what images they put in churches. You know what I mean? Like, this is also I have a problem. I can't go, like, when I have tried and have went to into a church, and when I go to a church and everybody in that church is black, and then in the back of the wall behind the pastor where he or she is preaching, you see a white Jesus, white angels, white people at the Last Supper, everything white, Abraham white. You know, so everything's so white, and I feel like, why this whole church, everybody in here is black, but everything that is divine and holy is white? And that's the problem that I have with it, and this is why I can't rock with it, or this is why I disagree with it.
See, you know what a Christian will tell you, though? A Christian will tell you that the color don't matter.
Right.
And if they tell you that the color don't matter, then that'll tell you right there that they can't be black first, because color don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It means that the white Christian deserves just as much time and effort from the black Christian as a regular black person that's not a Christian. That white Christian is more his brother than somebody that's not. You feel me?
Which you're making a valid point there, but that can be looked at in many different ways. Because, like, if you get any black Christian alone and you say something how this white person got this job over them, or you show them some story that was like the Trayvon Martin case, they will agree on the black side. They can't help but be black first. Or when all of a sudden when the nature come out of them, when you show them what's going on, they can't help but be black first. It's just that later on when they get around more Christians, it seems like the bigger the group, the more of a mass following. See, people are followers. They waiting for a leader. They need a Messiah. And this is why religion was such a great weapon. They need that Messiah. Like I was telling you before, people are scared of death. So if we cannot come up with a logical explanation what happens after death, they're going to run to religion, because religion shows, you have paradise. You're going to have 16 wives and virgins or whatever that foolishness is. You see what I'm saying? When they see that, they be like, all right, now they can sigh. So when we look at a 70-something-year-old man or woman who's close to death, and we start destroying the religion and showing them how it's false and how it's not real, and showing them the facts, but we can't back it up. We can't back it up to peace their spirit. Then we might as well go ahead and kill them ourselves.
Right. Man, I feel you on that point, but that's why the target is in the older generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they live their life. It is what it is. I'm not going to hide my feelings from them, but, I'm not going to target that. You know what I'm saying? The changes will start with the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like half of these motherfucking niggas around here, our age ain't trying to change nothing. You know what I'm saying? They too busy in the clubs, doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Doing everything except something real. Calling themselves real niggas. Real Negroes, that's what they is.
And I look at that, I sometimes shake my head, 'cause I know, like, damn, I used to be like that. And I wonder what changed me that can help them change, because we know, they know when something is wrong. When I mean something wrong, they know it's against what they believe, as in against their coach. They know, like, hold on, why the heck am I shooting my own brother? Why the heck am I robbing this person or this, that? Some people doing it and they got money, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we grew up with friends right now who is selling drugs and stuff, and they could retire if they want to, but they still doing it. You see what I'm saying? So it's more of a psyche thing, man. We've been traumatized from generation to generation that it might take generations to break it.
It will. It will take that. But it has to start. You know what I'm saying? And really, it has started. It has started. We just have to understand that what was started has been attacked. You know what I'm saying? They go back to the other show. We was talking about the Texas changing the name of slaves to unpaid interns. That means all the work of the ancestors in field of education, like Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, Francis Wilson, all these people trying to change what they teaching, all that just went down the damn drain.
Right.
Unpaid interns, you know what I'm saying? It's because the religion doesn't have us thinking we're black first. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, maybe it's not the religion. Maybe it's the people that's running the religion right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's the key, because we know who's running the religion. We know we definitely know this is a Christian country. You know what I mean? It was built off Christian principles, so-called, supposedly. But we definitely need to do a show on speaking of how we can try to change the minds of young black men and young women and break that psyche. I think that would be a good show to speak on.
Right. I mean, that would be, because just the psyche of the young black man and woman today, anyway, it's wow, very materialistic. We chasing things that we can't afford, we're not ready for. Like in the 60s and 70s, they always said that this was a struggle, and we don't want to struggle no more. We want to be we want our pie in the sky, which is nothing wrong with that. We just got to realize where we are and that it ain't our time. You know what I'm saying? It's our time to fight. It's our time to struggle so that our future can have that light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We have to, I can't agree more. We do have to care more than not just for ourselves, but like I said, if one child's a slave in Africa, then we all are slaves. And I strongly going to stick behind that. We have to care more than about ourselves and just our families, because just ourselves and our family is not going to make us change. You know, we can take that first step, but we ain't going to be able to start walking by ourselves. You know, no child just started walking by themselves. You see what I mean? So,
exactly.
So I can't.
And that's why I say the past is so important, because anybody in the world, you can go back in your past and forget that you was potty trained and see how many times you walk around shitting on your damn self. Mm-hmm. That's how important history is. You know, so you can't take a piece of your history out and think that nothing's going to change in the rest of the life. No, it's that important, every piece. You know what I'm saying? But we about out of time here. You know what I'm saying? So till next time, fellas, y'all have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Black Power, hotel to the family.